The Constitution of India, adopted in 1950, is a testament to the fusion of ideas from constitutions worldwide.
From the Government of India Act, 1935, to the constitutions of the US, UK, Ireland, and more.
It is the longest written constitution in the world, with over 145,000 words.
But what exactly did India borrow and adapt?
In this video, we uncover the key features and their modifications.
Fun fact: Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, chairman of the drafting committee, referred to the Constitution as a lawyer's paradise.
Stay tuned to the end for critical exam insights.
Hit like, share, and subscribe for more detailed content on UPSC topics.
India borrowed the federal structure, the bicameral legislature, and emergency powers from the Government of India Act, 1935.
This act was the first to introduce provincial autonomy and gave Indian provinces more legislative freedom.
Did you know? The emergency powers under the Act allowed the British government to overrule provincial governments.
In the Indian context, these powers were revised to balance state and central government control during crises.
Provincial autonomy, however, was significantly modified to give Indian states more say.
Even today, our Constitution contains provisions for imposing president's rule in states under certain conditions.
India also retained the concept of the federal court, later evolving into the Supreme Court.
Why is this important? Understanding federalism is key to mastering India's governance structure.
From the British Constitution, India adopted the parliamentary form of government and the rule of law.
In Britain, the Constitution is unwritten, but in India, the Constitution is a detailed written document.
India's parliamentary system mirrors the British model, where the Prime Minister is the head of government.
But in India, unlike the UK, judicial review is a fundamental feature.
This review allows the judiciary to invalidate laws passed by the legislature.
Did you know? The rule of law in India is considered sacrosanct and was influenced by British legal traditions.
Parliamentary sovereignty in the UK contrasts with India's written constitution, where power is divided.
Judicial activism in India has expanded the scope of rights for citizens.
India borrowed the concept of fundamental rights from the US Constitution.
These rights are guaranteed to all citizens and are justiciable in court.
Fun fact: India's right to equality, freedom of speech, and the right to life reflect similar provisions in the US Bill of Rights.
But India also expanded fundamental rights to include social and economic justice.
The right to education, for example, is part of India's fundamental rights, which is absent in the US.
Article 32 of the Indian Constitution allows citizens to approach the Supreme Court directly in case of rights violations.
In the US, judicial independence is key to protecting these rights.
While borrowing from the US, India adapted these rights to safeguard minorities and marginalized communities.
India adopted Directive Principles of state policy from Ireland.
These principles, although non-enforceable, guide the state in ensuring social and economic welfare.
Interesting fact: the Directive Principles address issues like employment, education, and public health.
They are meant to be moral guidelines for good governance, but courts cannot enforce them.
In India, these principles are crucial in framing social justice laws like land reforms and labor rights.
Did you know? Article 47 calls for the state to improve public health and prohibit intoxicating drinks.
Though non-justiciable, these principles have influenced landmark laws like the Right to Education Act.
Incorporating Irish ideas, India adapted these principles to focus on reducing inequality and uplifting weaker sections of society.
India's quasi-federal structure draws inspiration from Canada.
While powers are shared between the center and the states, the center holds greater authority in times of need.
Interesting. India's federal system allows the central government to intervene in state matters through Article 356.
However, India's federalism is adapted to protect linguistic and cultural diversity.
This is why states in India have unique powers regarding language, culture, and local administration.
Fun fact: India has more states than Canada, yet the system remains coherent due to this balance of powers.
Article 356, also known as President's Rule, is one example of this balance.
India's quasi-federal structure allows it to manage its diverse population effectively while maintaining national unity.
India's concurrent list of legislative subjects is inspired by Australia.
The concurrent list allows both central and state governments to legislate on important matters like education and criminal law.
Did you know? Australia's influence is seen in India's ability to manage joint responsibility between the states and the centre.
Some examples from India's Concurrent List include laws on marriage, bankruptcy, and environmental protection.
However, in case of conflict, central laws prevail over state laws.
The 42nd Amendment expanded the list of subjects in the Concurrent List, giving the central government more power.
This system helps manage overlapping jurisdictions on important issues.
India adapted this system to address its unique issues, such as environmental laws, where both centre and states share responsibilities.
India's amendment process is partially inspired by South Africa.
Both countries allow for a flexible yet rigid process of amending the constitution.
Interesting. The Indian Constitution has been amended over 100 times since its adoption.
Some amendments require a simple majority, while others require a two-thirds majority.
This balance ensures the Constitution can adapt to changing circumstances without losing its core values.
Did you know? The 42nd Amendment, also known as the Mini-Constitution, introduced several major changes to India's political system.
Unlike South Africa, India's amendment process is more flexible in terms of social and economic rights.
India's approach ensures that the constitution evolves with societal needs, while still maintaining its foundational principles.
India's constitution is truly a blend of ideas from around the world.
By adapting features from various global constitutions, India created a system that addresses its unique challenges.
UPSC aspirants, mastering these borrowed features is crucial for your exam preparation.
From federalism to fundamental rights, each borrowed idea was carefully adapted to serve India's diverse society.
Don't forget to revise these key topics for your upcoming exams.
Did you know? The Constitution also includes ideas from Japan, France, and Germany.
If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Stay tuned for more deep dives into key UPSC topics.
Pause 2S. The Indian Constitution is a living document that has evolved over time. It draws inspiration from various sources, including the Government of India Act, 1935, the British Constitution, and other global influences. This chapter will delve deeper into these influences and how they have shaped the Indian Constitution. Pause 2S. As we explore the evolution of the Constitution, it's important to recognize how each borrowed element was adapted to fit India's unique context. For instance, the Government of India Act, 1935, laid the foundation for federal structure, while British principles of parliamentary democracy helped shape India's governance model. Pause 2S. Additionally, the Directive Principles of state policy were inspired by the Irish Constitution, aiming to ensure social and economic democracy. This blend of ideas not only established a robust framework, but also allowed for flexibility and growth over time. Pause 2S. The Constitution's adaptability is evident in its amendment process, influenced by the South African model, which allows for changes to meet the evolving needs of the nation. This dynamic nature ensures that the Constitution remains relevant and effective. Pause 2S. By understanding these influences, we gain a deeper appreciation of the foresight and vision of India's founding fathers. Their efforts to incorporate global best practices have resulted in a constitution that is both comprehensive and adaptable. Pause 2S. As you continue your UPSC preparation, remember that the Indian Constitution is not just a legal document, but a testament to India's journey towards democracy and development. Keep exploring, keep learning, and stay curious. Pause 2S. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. Pause 2S. Concepts such as the rule of law, parliamentary system, and the idea of a single citizenship were borrowed from the British Constitution. This chapter will discuss these concepts in detail and their relevance to the Indian context. Pause 2s. First, let's delve into the rule of law. This principle ensures that all individuals and institutions, including the government, are subject to and accountable under the law. This concept was crucial in shaping India's legal framework, promoting justice and equality. Pause 2s. Next, the parliamentary system. India adopted the parliamentary system of governance from Britain, where the executive is responsible to the legislature. This system fosters accountability and ensures that the government remains answerable to the people's representatives. Pause 2s. Lastly, the idea of single citizenship. Unlike some federal countries where citizens hold dual citizenship, national and state, India adopted the British concept of single citizenship. This promotes national unity and ensures equal rights and duties for all citizens, irrespective of the state they reside in. Pause 2s. By understanding these borrowed concepts, we can better appreciate the blend of indigenous and foreign elements that make up the Indian Constitution. It's a testament to India's ability to adapt and integrate different ideas to create a robust and dynamic constitutional framework. Pause 2s. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. Fundamental rights are a cornerstone of the Indian Constitution. They guarantee civil liberties and protect individuals from any arbitrary actions by the state. This chapter will provide an in-depth analysis of the fundamental rights enshrined in the Indian Constitution and their importance in safeguarding democracy. Pause 2s. The fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution and include rights such as the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and the right to constitutional remedies. These rights ensure that every citizen is treated equally before the law and is free to express themselves, practice any religion, and seek protection from exploitation. Pause 2s. The right to equality prohibits discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. It ensures equal opportunity in matters of public employment and abolishes untouchability and titles. The right to freedom includes the freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence, and profession. This right is vital for the functioning of a democratic society, allowing individuals to express their opinions and participate in the political process. Pause 2s. The right against exploitation prohibits all forms of forced labor, child labor, and human trafficking. This right is essential in protecting vulnerable sections of society from exploitation and abuse. The right to freedom of religion ensures that every individual has the freedom to profess, practice, and propagate any religion of their choice. This right promotes religious harmony and tolerance in a diverse country like India. Pause 2s. Cultural and educational rights protect the rights of minorities to preserve their culture, language, and script. They also ensure that minorities have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. The right to constitutional remedies empowers citizens to approach the courts if their fundamental rights are violated. This right is crucial in upholding the rule of law and ensuring that the state does not encroach upon individual freedoms. Pause 2s. Fundamental rights are not absolute and are subject to reasonable restrictions in the interest of public order, morality, and the sovereignty and integrity of India. However, they form the bedrock of India's democratic framework and play a crucial role in protecting individual liberties and promoting social justice. Pause 2s. By understanding the significance of fundamental rights, we can better appreciate the efforts made by the framers of the Indian Constitution to create a just and equitable society. These rights empower citizens to challenge injustices and strive for a better future. Pause 2s. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. The Directive Principles of State Policy are guidelines for the government to ensure social and economic justice. They are inspired by the Irish Constitution and aim to create a welfare state. This chapter will examine the Directive Principles and their role in shaping government policies. Pause 2s. The Directive Principles are enshrined in Part 4 of the Indian Constitution, covering Articles 36 to 51. These principles are not justiciable. meaning they cannot be enforced by the courts. However, they are fundamental in the governance of the country and act as a beacon for the state to achieve social and economic democracy. Pause 2S. The directive principles include provisions for securing a living wage, equal pay for equal work, protection of workers, promotion of education and public health, and the organization of village panchayats, among others. They also emphasize the need for the state to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Pause 2S. One of the most significant directive principles is the promotion of the welfare of the people by securing a social order in which justice, social, economic, and political shall inform all institutions of national life. This principle underscores the commitment of the state to create an equitable society where all citizens have equal opportunities. Pause 2S. The directive principles also encourage the state to promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations, and foster respect for international law and treaty obligations. These principles highlight India's commitment to being a responsible member of the global community. Pause 2S. While the directive principles are not legally enforceable, they serve as a moral and ethical guide for the state. They influence the formulation of laws and policies aimed at achieving the goals of social and economic justice. Over the years, several landmark legislations and policies, such as the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, MGNREGA, and the Right to Education Act, have been inspired by the directive principles. Pause 2S. In conclusion, the directive principles of state policy play a crucial role in shaping the policies and actions of the government. They reflect the vision of the Constitution's framers to create a just, equitable, and inclusive society. By adhering to these principles, the state can ensure the well-being and prosperity of all its citizens. Pause 2S. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. The Indian Constitution establishes a quasi-federal system, combining elements of both federal and unitary systems. This unique structure allows for a strong central government while also providing autonomy to states. Pause 2S. In a federal system, power is divided between a central authority and various constituent units, typically states or provinces. However, the Indian Constitution takes a nuanced approach by incorporating features of both federalism and unitarism. This blend is often referred to as Quasi-Federalism. Pause 2S. One of the key features of quasi-federalism in India is the division of powers between the central government and the states. The Constitution provides 3 lists: the Union List, the State List, and the Concurrent List. The Union List includes subjects on which only the central government can legislate, while the State List comprises subjects under the exclusive jurisdiction of state governments. The Concurrent List allows both the central and state governments to legislate on certain subjects. Pause 2S. Despite this division, the central government holds significant authority. For instance, in case of a conflict between central and state laws on a subject in the Concurrent List, the central law prevails. Additionally, during times of emergency, the central government can assume greater control over state functions, further highlighting the unitary aspect of the quasi-federal structure. Pause 2S. The role of the governor also exemplifies the quasi-federal nature of the Indian Constitution. Appointed by the President of India, the governor acts as the representative of the central government in the states. This dual role of the governor, serving both the central and state governments, reinforces the interconnectedness of the 2 levels of governance. Pause 2S. The Indian judiciary plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance between federal and unitary elements. The Supreme Court of India has the power to adjudicate disputes between the central and state governments, ensuring that both operate within their constitutional boundaries. Pause 2S. While the quasi-federal system has its critics, it has enabled India to maintain unity and stability in a diverse and populous country. The flexibility of this system allows for a strong central government capable of addressing national issues while also accommodating regional diversity and autonomy. Pause 2S. In conclusion, the quasi-federal nature of the Indian Constitution reflects a pragmatic approach to governance, balancing the need for a strong central authority with the importance of state autonomy. This unique structure has played a pivotal role in shaping India's political landscape and ensuring effective governance. Pause 2S. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. The concurrent list in the Indian Constitution allows both the central and state governments to legislate on certain subjects. This shared responsibility ensures a balance of power and promotes cooperative federalism. Pause 2s. The concurrent list encompasses a range of subjects such as criminal law, marriage and divorce, bankruptcy, and education. By enabling both levels of government to legislate on these matters, the concurrent list fosters a collaborative approach to governance. Pause 2s. One significant benefit of the concurrent list is that it allows for flexibility and adaptability in lawmaking. For instance, states can tailor laws to suit their unique needs and circumstances, while the central government can establish uniformity on broader national issues. This dual legislative power ensures that diverse regional requirements are addressed without compromising national interests. Pause 2s. However, this shared responsibility can also lead to conflicts and overlaps between central and state laws. In such cases, the central law prevails, as stipulated by the Constitution. This provision helps maintain a cohesive legal framework across the country, preventing a fragmented legislative landscape. Pause 2s. The concurrent list also plays a vital role in fostering innovation and experimentation in governance. States can serve as laboratories of democracy, testing new policies and approaches which, if successful, can be adopted at the national level. This dynamic interaction between central and state governments encourages the development of effective and responsive policies. Pause 2s. Despite the challenges, the concurrent list has proven to be an essential component of India's quasi-federal system. It strikes a delicate balance between central authority and state autonomy, ensuring that both levels of government can work together to address complex and multifaceted issues. Pause 2s. In conclusion, the concurrent list exemplifies the cooperative federalism that underpins the Indian Constitution. By facilitating shared legislative power, it promotes collaboration, innovation, and adaptability in governance. Pause 2s. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. The amendment process of the Indian Constitution is influenced by the South African Constitution. It provides a flexible yet robust mechanism to adapt to changing needs and circumstances. This chapter will delve into the amendment process and its importance in maintaining the relevance of the Constitution. Pause 2s. The Indian Constitution, much like its South African counterpart, incorporates a detailed and structured amendment process to ensure that the document remains dynamic and responsive to the evolving needs of the nation. Amendments allow the Constitution to be refined and improved over time, addressing new challenges and societal changes. Pause 2s. The amendment process in India is designed to be neither too rigid nor too flexible. This balanced approach ensures that essential constitutional principles are preserved while allowing for necessary modifications. To amend the Constitution, a proposal must gain the approval of both houses of Parliament, often requiring a special majority. In some cases, ratification by at least half of the state legislatures is also necessary. Pause 2s. This meticulous process ensures that amendments are thoroughly considered and debated, reflecting a consensus among the country's diverse political and regional interests. The influence of the South African system is evident in this emphasis on inclusivity and broad-based agreement. Pause 2s. One of the key aspects of the amendment process is its ability to safeguard fundamental rights and uphold democratic values. By allowing the Constitution to evolve, India can continuously enhance the protection of individual rights and freedoms, ensuring that they remain relevant and effective in changing times. Pause 2s. Furthermore, the amendment process facilitates the incorporation of progressive policies and reforms. As society advances, new priorities and issues emerge, necessitating updates to the constitutional framework. This adaptability is crucial for fostering social justice, economic development, and good governance. Pause 2s. In conclusion, the amendment process, inspired by the South African model, plays a vital role in maintaining the relevance and efficacy of the Indian Constitution. It strikes a balance between stability and flexibility, allowing the Constitution to grow and adapt alongside the nation. Pause 2s. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence. In conclusion, the Indian Constitution is a dynamic and evolving document that draws from various sources to create a unique framework for governance. It is essential for citizens to understand and engage with the Constitution to ensure its continued relevance and effectiveness. Pause 2S. As we have explored throughout this video, the Indian Constitution is not just a static piece of legislation, but a living document that adapts and grows with the nation. This adaptability is what makes it so powerful and enduring. Pause 2S. But for the Constitution to truly serve its purpose, it requires active participation from its citizens. This means being informed about your rights and responsibilities, understanding the mechanisms of governance, and staying engaged with the democratic process. Pause 2S. Active participation can take many forms: voting in elections, voicing your opinions, joining public debates, and even educating others about the Constitution. Every small effort contributes to the collective strength of our democracy. Pause 2S. The framers of the Indian Constitution envisioned a nation where every citizen plays a role in shaping its future. By engaging with the Constitution, you are honoring their vision and contributing to the nation's progress. Pause 2S. So, take the time to learn more about the Constitution. Read its provisions, understand its principles, and reflect on its significance. Encourage others to do the same. In doing so, you not only become a better informed citizen, but also a more empowered one. Pause 2S. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the Indian Constitution and other key UPSC topics. Until next time, keep striving for excellence.